You're in the bone-chilling heart of Mother Russia, and you've just been caught in the act of robbing a bank. No way to dodge the charges. The judge slams down the gavel, sentencing you to 10 years in IK6, a penal colony located 150 miles from Moscow. They let you bring one thing. You don't have anything special that you could bring, so you pick a random book from your shelf. The harsh reality of your new life awakens you at 5 a.m., roused by the Russian national anthem blaring from the loudspeaker. By 5:20, your bed is locked, the strict reminder that sleeping through your sentence in prison is not an option. You share the cell with 5 other inmates, but they barely acknowledge your presence. Exercise, cell cleaning, or reading are the only pastimes you can now choose from. Breakfast, you quickly learn, won't be arriving anytime soon. The hours go by slowly, each ticking off the clock echoing in the silence. At 9 a.m., it's time for inspection. The guards might strip you naked and run a metal detector over your clothes and cell. Every day, you must identify yourself, reciting your name, birthday, the criminal code under which you're convicted, and the start and end date of your sentence. At long last, you're allowed outside. Well, sort of. A 90-minute walk ends behind your back within a different set of 4 walls. You're still caged, but the sliver of sky above offers a hint of fresh air. You take a deep breath, trying to enjoy the only part of the day where you don't feel entirely cut off from the outside world. That is, if you can bear the winter chill or the summer swarm of mosquitoes and the scorching 35 degrees Celsius. You return to your cell and it's time for lunch, which proves to be disappointing. Expect grain and mashed potatoes as a daily source of nutrients shoved through a small hatch in the cell door. The second inspection comes at 5 p.m., and once again, you provide your identification in detail. Good behavior may earn you a chance to work, sewing 4 hours on end for a paltry $5 in the end of the month. It's a pitiful wage, but it offers a minor relief from the confining walls and the sluggish passage of time. But it's not all doom and gloom. Face-to-face interactions with your family is highly restricted, but you can send letters, albeit checked and potentially censored. The sporadic music on the radio might even bring a fleeting sense of normalcy, and your book is not that bad of a read. You even started to go along with other inmates in your cell. Maybe, with time, you'll start to find a semblance of routine in this new life. Then the harsh reality strikes. You're not meant to find comfort. Minor infractions such as missing a wake-up call can trigger a swift and severe punishment. You could be beaten or tortured, or you could be transferred to another penal colony, either by bus or on train carriages specifically designed for prisoners. The network of colonies is so vast that prisoners often disappear within it for weeks, leading families to lose their track. You'll be forced to adapt, find your footing in a new environment with a different set of rules. You've left the red prison, controlled by guards and prison administration, and arrived at the black prison, controlled largely by inmates. The black prison functions on a caste system with a strict code of conduct, the so-called thieves' law. These rules, born in the Soviet Union gulags, persist to this day. The hierarchy consists of 4 levels: thieves, fellas, billy goats, and roosters. The thieves control the prison. They are career criminals who have chosen to fully live by the rules of the underworld, convicted for violent acts of theft and murder. The fellas and the billy goats are the most common inmates, with the fellas keeping a low profile and the billy goats controlling the black market. The lowest rank belongs to the roosters, also known as the shamed or the downgraded. Viewed as outcasts and perpetually isolated, any contact with them except when they are sexually exploited can instantly downgrade them status to that level. Refusing to adhere to the prison hierarchy, snitching on other inmates, or just being gay is enough to fall. You aim to fly under the radar to become a fella, avoiding conflict and violence. You navigate this new terrain carefully, always mindful of the rules. Your new cell is overcrowded, shared with 30 inmates well beyond the legal limit. With enough funds, you could have secured a better cell, but it's too late now. In the gloom of the cold walls, you return to your readings. As you flip through the last pages of your book, you can't help but wonder, will life in incarceration ever get better? It won't. Bearing the legacy of the Gulag era, Russian prisons were not designed for rehabilitation, but to serve as a reminder to the population of the unforgiving nature of the penal system. Maintaining control and instilling fear is crucial for the survival of Russia's authoritarian regime. Suddenly, the silence is cut through. A guard opens the cell and presents you a choice: fight in Ukraine or face punishment and be transferred to a more severe prison. In the face of despair, you decide. I'll go, you tell him, with a reminder that should you return, you'll be back behind bars. But for now, it sounds better to risk your life than to fall even lower in the ladder of colonies.